And this is 1971 again.
I need a miracle, man.
The flicks, the fashions, the fads,
Love that 10.
the TV,
That's absolutely right. Yes, circle gets the square.
the tunes.
Now.
A groove-tastic year that gave us even more burning questions. Do interracial friendships cause cancer?
Brian Piccolo has cancer.
Everybody on the team thinks it's because of the black guy.
Who's your Hollywood square mate?
I would share a square with Hal Sparks, although I'm afraid he wouldn't let me talk.
And what makes those tough skins so tough?
They were made of wood, bad blue fiber, and more wood.
The answers to those questions, plus Jethro Tull sings about panties.
Panties, what? Play the flute. More flute, man.
And suggested themes for those K-Tel compilations.
Why Is My Mom Gay? Might have been the name of my compilation album.
Because you can't get enough 70s. Because you're still trying to buy porn for your Viewmaster. Admit it. This is 1971, Volume 2.
Oh my God, this is great.
All right. Oh, yeah. Can you dig it? Volume 2.
I love the 70s.
Volume 2, baby.
I love the 70s.
Welcome to the Hollywood Square. Hello, stars.
Old school Hollywood Squares is one of the best shows ever.
Oh my God, we had a great time on Hollywood Squares, honey.
My mom has done every incarnation of Hollywood Squares ever.
Hollywood Squares was a game show based on the ancient and devilishly clever game of tic-tac-toe. But they use humans.
Premise of Hollywood Squares is to take like a giant apparatus that resembles a tic-tac-toe game and stick mid-level celebrities in each box.
Almost like the Brady Bunch, you know. It was kind of scary up there.
One time the chair broke, I was Gucci. The chair broke, I almost break my ass.
The specter of Charo collapsing on top of Madame is a grisly one.
And then you'd have people ask these celebrities questions.
What does Gene think is the main reason for a boy losing interest in a girl overnight?
Then the celebrity makes a usually stupid joke.
Oh, like finding her name in the Guinness Book of Records.
Of course, the celebrities would get the questions beforehand.
Maybe they had writers, maybe they didn't. I choose to believe they didn't. I want to preserve the fantasy. And if you tell me otherwise, I can't hear you.
And they'd have the punchlines already written for them.
I can't hear you.
And the answers already given to them, and they'd either choose the correct one or incorrect one, and you had to guess.
That's absolutely right, yes.
Circle gets the square. They thought that was the most clever sentence anyone had ever written.
Paul Lynde, the first screaming queen on television.
Paul Lynde was the very saucy center square.
Paul Lynde, please.
Hi, I'm Paul Lynde. I'm the middle square.
Paul, what should you yell if a woman falls overboard?
Full speed ahead.
Paul, why do Hell's Angels wear leather when they ride a motorcycle? Cause chiffon wrinkle. Oh, he's the funniest.
Sometimes people would have to share squares too. I always thought that was humiliating.
I would share a square with Hal Sparks, although I'm afraid he wouldn't let me talk.
Does anybody want to share a box with me?
I wouldn't mind sharing a square with Mo Rocca. I'll take one with Mo.
Not even Rich Eisen.
French Connection.
Great acting, great script, great directing, great everything.
If you hate the French, you'll love this film.
Comment peux-tu rester si jeune avec la vie que tu mènes?
The French Connection was about the cops chasing some foreign drug dealers.
You will not catch me. I will sell all the heroin I want.
I remember Gene Hackman acting out of his mind.
Gene Hackman plays Popeye Doyle.
All right, Popeye's here.
Popeye Doyle. Great character.
Hackman was a really good police. He wasn't well groomed, but he didn't have movie star looks. He was really how cops are back in the 70s. It wasn't fake Hollywood stuff, it was real.
Hey, Popeye Doyle here, and everyone's woo. And he's a little unscrupulous.
What's my name?
Doyle.
What?
Mr. Doyle.
Come.
Last guy you want knocking on your door 4 o'clock in the morning, definitely.
Popeye Doyle would ask suspects if they ever picked their feet in Poughkeepsie.
You've been in Poughkeepsie, haven't you?
Ever pick your feet in Poughkeepsie?
You took off your shoes, put your finger between your toes, and pick your feet, didn't you?
You ever chew your knuckles in Iowa?
What? What?
I want to hear it. Come on. Yes, you've been there, right? Yeah.
I confess. Oh! How did he do that? Popeye Doyle, original Jedi.
French Connection has probably the best car chase on film.
Before that, chase scenes were lame.
The big chase scene involves Gene Hackman's character chasing a subway car on above-the-ground tracks.
Trying to race a train, looking up. You see these, 70s muscles cars going in and out underneath the L. It was pretty amazing.
But I used to drive like that all the time.
Come on, get away! Come on! Gene Hackman almost runs over the lady with the baby carriage.
The woman doesn't run, she just stops with her carriage.
Oh, everybody was screaming in the theater.
I was glued to my seat when I saw that car chase.
Can't go wrong with Gene Hackman in a car chase. That's just a formula for success.
It's a kick-ass movie.
I love 71. And now, Bruce Lee, Evel Knievel in Stunt Fu.
All the way over. Now you got it.
Groovy.
I feel the earth move under my feet.
Carole King Tapestry is one of the biggest selling albums of all time. Not just 71, of all time.
Carole King's Tapestry, she had big hair, and there was a cat. Why do I remember these things? So far away.
She started off with So Far Away, because she was dealing with something. Then she said, it's too late, because he tried to come back.
And it's too late.
Then she said, you know what, I feel the earth move. She met another man.
I feel the earth move.
Then she said, you make me feel like a natural woman. She met a black man.
You make me feel like a natural woman.
What's a natural woman? It was like I just let my hair grow any which way. I eat a lot of honey and wheat germ, and I take lots of walks in the grass with bare feet.
Carole King wrote and recorded You've Got a Friend, and then along comes James Taylor. Oh, I should sing that.
Everybody was trying to sing that song. If you're down and trouble, I'll be there. Yeah, I'll be there if friends fly free.
I wonder if I called Carole King if she'd be there for me. I felt like she would be.
That's a good song for when you're at summer camp. Winter, spring, summer, fall, except for winter, spring, and fall. I'll be your friend in summer for 4 weeks, and then we leave camp, and I'm never your friend again. All you gotta do is call. I don't have your number, you didn't give it to me. You are my camp friends.
I love 71.
The Rolling Stones' Sticky Fingers album was a very important album.
Great rock record. They're the world's greatest rock and roll band, as we all know. It's the Stones at their best. Wild Horses is on there, Moonlight Mile. This has some great tunes on it. Brown Sugar, one of the greatest opening songs ever. Brown Sugar, how come you taste so good?
The Sticky Fingers album was one of the most erotic, sexy things I'd ever seen.
It was a great album cover, and I wore it quite a few times at a few parties.
My oldest brother used to kind of hide it behind a stack because this was really dirty.
I'm not really sure who they were suggesting this was. I mean, I guess the implication is Mick. I don't know. You'd have to ask David Bowie about that.
This really is Mick Jagger. I do know that. I've heard the stories. I know. There's a full coil in there.
This is just 14 inches of man meat.
It's got to be Mick's crotch. Definitely. Who else could it be? I mean, no one wants to see, Charlie Watts'.
I don't think this is Mick's.
Guess what? Not Mick Jagger. Andy Warhol's boy toy, Joe D'Alessandro.
Nobody really knows what Joe's doing these days. That was his 15 minutes.
The songs stand forever, and the sound and the performance, it's all there. The artwork, the title of the record, everything was a super moment in rock history.
71. Coming up, Billy Jack kicks ass for freedom.
They were bringing violence on the Freedom School, and none of them would fight back, but Billy Jack would.
And and alternate uses for the Viewmaster.
I like the Viewmaster this way. It looks like funny eyes.
Next on I Love 1971, Volume 2. But first,
Shadow Dev.
Back with porn or not porn.
Hi, I'm John Waters, and it's time to play Porn or Not Porn. Here are 3 movie titles from 1971. You guess which one are pornos and which are regular movies.
It just feels good.
Shad, the best porn title of all time. Too bad it's not a porno. Next up, Bed Knobs and Broomsticks. This Disney classic had none of that animated knob action you'd expect from a title like this. Such a letdown. And finally, Below the Belt. Yep, it's porn. Here's the tagline. He loved hard, he fought hard, and they pound him back where it hurts the most. And no, it's not gay. I'm John Waters. Thanks for playing, but I gotta run. I just located a vintage copy of The Lust Picture Show. Want to join me?
You see Billy Jack, right?
Billy Jack. What's Billy Jack about?
Okay, Billy Jack. Greatest karate movie of all time, starring a non-Chinese person.
Billy Jack was the man.
Get out of the car and let's teach you a lesson that your daddy should have taught you a long time ago.
Well, Tom Laughlin plays Billy Jack, and he's like this karate guy.
I always associate Asian people doing martial arts. So when Billy Jack came out, it was here's this white guy that can really kick ass.
With the black hat, Billy Jack come in and regulate.
It was the freedom school with the hippies trying to learn their way, man.
We should smoke another one.
Okay, my grass or yours?
They were kind of peace people, the peace, oh yeah, a bunch of hippies.
And the old fogies in the town were all racist, and so they were bringing violence on the freedom school, and none of them would fight back, but Billy Jack would.
The best scene ever was the mayor's son was shoving Indian kids' faces in flour.
Stop it!
And then Billy Jack, who stayed peaceful the whole show. He saw the little Indian boy with the flour on his face. He goes, when I see a little boy with flour on his face,
I just go decide.
This somehow gives him a reason to go on a rampage of physical abuse.
You know what I think I'm gonna do then? Just for the hell of it.
I'm gonna take my right foot
and I'm gonna whop you
on the left side of your face.
There's not a damn thing you can do about it.
Really?
Well, I'd like to see you. It was wow. Everybody was
and that's before expensive stuntmen. So he was really kicking the dudes, and you can see all his cheek fat move over here, and he just whoa.
Bam! That's when I knew Billy Jack was not playing.
That's what everybody wants Billy Jack for. Sorting out rubes who just roughed up a poor Indian.
He was a cool dude. I mean, everybody wanted to be Billy Jack.
I love Billy Jack. I want to do Blockbuster, got Billy Jack.
I Love 71.
Time for Burt Reynolds' mustache. It's time for Burt Reynolds' mustache. That was Burt Reynolds' mustache. That was Burt Reynolds' mustache.
Balls.
Where the territory's tough, the kids wear tough skins.
Some genius in the 70s came up with this idea of clothing that would last forever. You'd never have to buy any clothes ever again. Sears Toughskins.
I know I'm the only one that wore Toughskins. I know that I am.
Everybody had Sears Toughskins. You had to as a kid.
Well, we got no choice. Michael, I can't buy you the Jordache jeans you want. I'm sorry. We just don't have the money. You're getting Toughskins.
Wood, bad blue fiber, and more wood.
They're made from a tri-blend of polyester, nylon, and cotton, and that means they're made to take it day in, day out.
Jeans are supposed to be made of cotton, not polyester, polyurethane. It's like a car.
Toughskins were denim that never tears, but burns.
It's like wearing a shower curtain.
That's what it sounds like. That's your ass in a pair of Toughskins.
Boy sizes 3 to 16 and Husky Plus. Girl sizes 3 to 14 and Pretty Plus.
In the 70s, the word for fat was husky.
Why not just call it the morbidly obese section instead of the husky section?
When you're hot, you're hot. When you're not, you're not.
Toughskins came in plus sizes, some big enough to wrap around your whole house so that if a nuclear bomb were dropped, your house would be protected.
I love 71.
Oh, the Viewmaster was amazing. Everybody had a Viewmaster.
If you didn't, you really sucked.
Oh, this is cool.
Ho, 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 it's my dick. You know.
Viewmaster was basically this little three-dimensional slideshow thing that you'd look at little pictures.
Frame by annoying frame.
This is the stupidest toy ever.
I like the Viewmaster this way. It looks like funny eyes.
My favorite part is when it looks so close, you'd reach for it's right in front of me.
No. Whoa, what happened?
Where'd Casper go?
What happened?
I don't know.
This is the Game Boy of the 1970s.
It was this amazing world that you could sink into that was 3D, and you could just go, next image.
Oh, it's a unicorn.
My husband would like this, some naked pictures.
I'm gonna market that product, and I think that's gonna sell big time. I'm talking naked babes, Viewmaster Bader. Hello, hello.
Man, it's Betty Page. You can do it real fast, or slow.
I can see clearly now the rain is gone.
Maybe I stand corrected. Maybe it's the best toy ever invented, because look how much I enjoyed it.
Before, I was but a View amateur. Now, I am a View master.
Oh my God, this is great!
I love 71.
Coming up, Malibu Barbie's got it going on.
She even had a little booty back in the day. Yeah. Show them what you're working with, girl. Go on.
And Geraldine tells everyone what's up.
It was a saucy black mama.
Watch what your kid honey.
Next on I Love 1971, Volume 2. But first, songs to make whoopee to.
Hi there, I'm Bob Eubanks. You know, everyone loves to make whoopee. That's why I've compiled this great new album, Eubanks, Songs to Make Whoopee To. This double LP has all the classics, such as Tonight and Every Night, Girl, Double Entendre, Easy Lovin', Marathon Man, 5 Minute Miracle. What you see is what you get.
What you see is what you get.
This special double LP set is available for a limited time only. Also available on 8-track and cassette. Don't wait. Order now. I'm Bob Eubanks. Keep on whooping.
Survivors of 1971.
Hi, I'm Gloria Gaynor, and when I first sang I Will Survive, you'd better believe I meant it. I survived 8 tracks, muscle cars, and even pet rocks, but I wasn't the only one. Here are the survivors of 1971. Rhoda survived Mary in Minneapolis. Sally Struthers survived Archie Bunker and has gone on to save millions of children. Cher survived gypsies, tramps, and thieves. Those were the survivors of 1971. Now go on, walk out the door.
I love the 70s.
Volume 2.
The Flip Wilson Show. Flip Wilson was a stand-up comic who got his own variety show.
He had these guest stars that people loved.
What are you doing here? I work across the hall, and well, as long as I'm here, I wouldn't mind having a drink.
Express yourself.
Flip Wilson was really people's first introduction to a black man starring in his own show, really being liked by everybody. And that's got a lot of value.
Family that shoots pool together stays cool together.
We would run to watch it and stuff, because to see a black man in the 70s with his own show was almost impossible.
Don't try to be funny, that's not your bag. You don't see me trying to be tall, do you?
Flip Wilson was wonderful to work with because he loved to do characters. His most famous character was Geraldine,
who was a saucy black mama.
Watch what you kiss, honey. Before Martin had Shanae, before Jamie Foxx had Wanda, it was Geraldine.
I'm Geraldine. Honey.
Honey, I got rhythms I haven't used yet.
He just was very spontaneous. If it was scripted, I couldn't tell. And that was the fun of Flip Wilson.
I know this fight's gonna be a thriller. Geraldine's gonna be there, and so is Killer.
He set it off. Flip Wilson set it off. Let's just say he flipped the script.
What you see is what you get.
I love 71.
Now let's see what Dom cooked for Alex the Droog.
Clockwork Orange Julius. Ironically, the boys were lactose intolerant. I'm a whore.
Foxy.
The 70s were about one thing to me, Jethro Tull.
Be thick as a brick. What a lot of people don't realize about Jethro Tull, the lead singer is not Jethro Tull. It's Ian Anderson.
Dude, let me in the show, man. Let me backstage. I know Jethro, man.
It's like Pink Floyd. Which one's Pink? It's the same thing.
And he's not just a lead singer, he's a flautist. He plays the flute.
One of the biggest bands in the world, and the lead guy plays the flute. Now, all the kids at the time were going, dude, I am gonna take flute lessons so I can start a rock band. It's like the flute revolution. Every flute teacher was like, I knew it. Our time has come.
How do you rock out in the flute? Do you bang your head, play the flute? There's no cool move you can do with the flute. Did he set it on fire?
He was always like flopping around in some white flowy thing, leaping, prancing, flute playing. I mean, it was like, whoa, that real toughie.
Aqualung, yeah, that was a very popular song with a lot of the rock and rollers.
The hell's an aqualung? Isn't it slang for scuba gear or something?
That's what they called their bong.
Something to do with a dirty old man.
That song's about a kid diddler, right?
Watching as the frilly panties run.
Panties.
Panties? What? Play the flute. More flute, man.
The song Aqualung is about a guy who has cancer. He's sitting on a park bench coughing. Kudos to you, Jethro Tull, for writing a song about lung cancer.
And you snatch your rattling last breaths with deep sea diver sounds.
That's too cerebral for me.
I love 71.
The super comb, which was a very popular fad in the 70s, was this giant overgrown comb.
That's a hot look. If you didn't have that look back in the day, you wasn't doing nothing.
Cool cats would wear these.
That's a big comb right there. There's no need for a comb this big.
You go around combing your hair, you know, you see the mommies and stuff like that. Say, yo, baby, come here. Come here. You want to use my comb?
The super comb is the white man's answer to the pick.
The white man was so envious of the black man for that afro pick that you used to see white guys walking around just like that.
Where do you put your super comb? Well, you put it in your back pocket. And you'd have like this big flag hanging out of your ass, walking around like, oh, hey, he's got the super comb.
The weird thing, I never had one because you couldn't sit down with a super comb in your pocket because it was like the size of a garden trowel. It was like putting a rake in your butt.
It wasn't something that you can use as a weapon, but you could use it if you needed it. I'm just saying, in case things got rough, the dark alley, you pull out your super comb.
Keep this baby in your back pocket. That shows just that. And that showed all the chicks in town at the mall that you were hot.
What this comb said is, hey, no matter what life throws at me or my hair today, I'm ready.
Vintage vinyl.
If you could read my mind, love, what a tale my thoughts would tell.
Gordon Lightfoot was from Canada. If you could read his mind, the truth is you'd probably find a tale about Mounties and moose.
It was like one of those songs that you would hear on a drizzly day. That was like the first song that played in the morning. You just know, don't go nowhere.
I am a Gordon Lightfoot fan. If You Could Read My Mind is one of my all-time favorite songs. It's like poetry.
Just like an old-time movie. About a ghost from a wishing well. Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's what I'm talking about right there.
A ghost from a wishing well?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I have no idea. It's Gordon Lightfoot. Try and figure him out.
You know, like, hey, man, yeah, you got it, Gordon. Like a ghost being set free. Yes.
Gordon Lightfoot had this wonderful kind of earthy sensibility about him.
Lightfoot. He's not Indian, right? He's not Native?
That sounds kind of Native American.
I'm Native American, and we named my sister, her Indian name is Runs with Scissors, and she needs to stop that.
I'm reading your mind right now. You're saying, I know he's gonna say something.
If I could read someone's mind, I'd probably use it to fight terrorism or start a kick-ass gossip column.
I would use it for both good and evil. But I think that Gordon Lightfoot was trying to use it for good.
I love 71.
Coming up, the movie that showed tough guys it was okay to cry like a chick.
You've got a black heart if you didn't cry.
Brian's song next on I Love 1971, Volume 2. But first, that's no jive, Turkey.
What I liked about The Dead is that Jerry Garcia really introduced me to the pleasures of vanilla, cherries, and little chocolate chunks. Thank you, Jerry.
Cherry base. Cherry vanilla base.
Cherry vanilla base with chocolate chunks. Garcia invented that.
And he could just riff on it for hours.
Yeah. He's like,
just eat that. Sometimes I'll just eat that ice cream for hours in honor of Jerry Garcia.
But wait, there's more.
Craving some Volume 2 bonus material in 70s ringtones? Then log on to VH1.com and make sure to check out V-Spot.
Hey, I'm not a Brady.
Hi, I'm Christopher Knight. Some of you know me as Peter Brady, but indeed, I'm Christopher Knight. You see, I'm real. Peter is fake. My older brother on the show, Greg Brady, is fake also, but Barry Williams is real. Don't believe me? Greg Brady's Indian name is Stalking Wolf. Barry Williams' real name is Barry Blankhorn. Greg Brady was Doc when the Bradys performed Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Barry Williams needed a Doc after fighting Danny Bonaducci on Celebrity Boxing. What was he thinking? See, Barry's not Greg, and I'm still not Peter. I hope that clears things up.
That's the way we became the Brady Bunch.
Have a very Brady day.
I love the 70s.
Volume 2.
Brian's song the greatest made-for-TV movie ever?
Brian's song was based on a true story.
Ernest Hemingway said that every true story ends in death. Well, this is a true story.
The movie told the story of Brian Piccolo and Gale Sayers and the Chicago Bears.
The Bears. Gale Sayers and Brian Piccolo in the backfield, spectacular. And as played by James Caan and Billy D. Williams, incredible. They're roommates. It's a white man rooming with a black man.
Are you going to be called a Tom by some blacks and uppity by some whites?
At the time, the idea of a black player and a white player rooming together, which they did, was unique.
They were homosexuals, weren't they?
It was like a love story, but it wasn't gay.
Oh, they weren't.
And then Brian Piccolo got cancer.
Everybody on the team thinks it's because of the black guy.
Just got a call from the hospital. Brian Piccolo has cancer.
Finding out that he has a disease and then he's dying, it just, rips your heart out.
And Gale Sayers had to tell his teammates before a big game in the locker room, they had to win that game for Brian Piccolo because Brian Piccolo had cancer.
Brian Piccolo is
Alert.
And then in the end, Brian Piccolo dies.
It was definitely, I think, one of the first tear-jerkers ever.
It was the only time I've ever seen my father cry.
I'll see you tomorrow.
You say so?
If I watch that movie tonight, I cry. If I watch it tomorrow morning, I'm gonna cry. And if I watch it tomorrow evening, I'm gonna cry again.
We've entered into serious territory here that takes the program onto a whole different network even. This belongs on Lifetime television for women. Serious programming.
I really can't talk about it. I can't.
We all cried. Everybody cried. How could you not cry? You've got a black heart if you didn't cry.
Brian's song just didn't do it for me.
I didn't want to watch football no more after that. You know what I'm saying? Thanksgiving wasn't the same anymore.
You just hate to see people die. What is that teaching us about race relations in this country? Come together, one of you is going to drop dead. It's a message that I took to heart. It's why I have no black friends.
Mellow out.
Guess this Joe, it's a Joe you know. If you don't know this Joe, then it's a Joe you don't know. But if you can guess this Joe, it's a Joe you know. So guess this Joe, hey, guess this Joe.
Joe Jackson.
I love 71.